it down the ground. Such a dangerous cricket ball here in the power play, and that soars into the night sky for 6.
It was over pitched by Sompal Kami.
Really well struck, and struck for the maximum. Always good to watch in the power play. Jatinder Singh tries to cut, but Kami drags his length back. You sense it's going to be a bit boom or bust here, don't you? It's probably going to be 6, 4, dot, or maybe 1. That'll be about it from Jatinder Singh.
He's not taking singles.
To give him credit though, don't you, for gutsing it out and getting through it out there, putting his body on the line. Problem is, first innings, that would have been 1. Obviously, because Irie's hovering in there, they even notice actually, cover in the mid-wicket fielder recognise what's happened here. They're hanging 5-7 yards back from where they usually would be, because they think there is no chance of a quick single being attempted by Jatinder Singh.
That is how smart these fielders are from Nepal, recognizing that the batsman is not going to run a single.
Very good game awareness. Fresh. Spot on. Defender Singh Irie, he's never going to drop that. Oh, and there's a lovely celebration. It's the Buddha Zen celebration from Sompal Kami. He goes down into that lovely, the Nepali tribute. Of course, the birthplace of Gautam Buddha himself. And I think that's what Sompal Kami says. Singh Irie takes the catch. And then Kami says, that was my celebration.
Yes, a very subdued celebration by Sompal Kami, just sitting there like a Buddha. This is a big, big wicket for Nepal. Jatinder Singh, who's hit 2 6s already.
Keep your eyes here. If we stick with this replay, hopefully we come back to Sompal Kami. There he is. Look at that. Well, the sitting Buddha, it symbolises tranquility, enlightenment, and inner peace. Kami's got plenty of that, as Nepal have their first magic moment. Credit to Singh. He hobbles off for 14. It's 14 for 1.
Number 10 of Nepal getting rid of number 10 of Oman. Good single taken by these two batsmen. It was Gulshan Jha, the fielder, in that occasion. Caught on his heels. Very good running between the wickets.
For those who don't know, it's Gautam Buddha, born in Nepal, and that was a special tribute on the night that Nepal qualified for the T20 World Cup down in Lumbini. Lucky enough to be brought down there for a visit, and it is sensational. Have to go and visit the beauty of that birthplace if you can. Kami hits back of a length. A very good closeout to the third over. $15 for 1. Well, it's a festive atmosphere, a party atmosphere for both Oman and Nepali fans here. The Oman Cricket Academy, these two sides are off to the World Cup. We'll have to wait and see with the ICC so desperate to top the table and get silverware here. The ball's the second that only just somehow misses the leg stump by a sliver, but will be given as a wide. Paresh, you would imagine that Nepal will want to go to India, won't they? If they do, what kind of scenes are we going to see?
I think from Nepal, the borders are open. We don't need a visa to go to India. If Nepal draws in India, we'll be seeing plenty of houseful stadiums in India.
Every game sold out?
Most probably.
Okay, guaranteed by Paresh Lahani. I'm with you. I think every game will be sold out. For Oman, in a funny way, they might quite like to go to Sri Lanka because you think about their affiliation through Dilip Mendes as the head coach, the former Sri Lankan Test cricketer. They've played quite a bit of cricket there. They've been for preparation camps there before. That could be a good draw for them.
Yes, the head coach being a Sri Lankan former Test cricketer. Dilip Mendes, a great cricketer from Sri Lanka.
Quite remarkable job he's done. Dilip Mendes. He played 4 centuries for Sri Lanka alongside 79 ODIs. His good use of the feet will get a very stylish boundary for Hamid Mirzi. Taken a while to get off the mark, 6 consecutive dots. Opening the batting for the first time. He finds 4.
Coming down the track, hitting it inside out over extra cover. Good connection of the ball. Couple of bounces over the boundary line.
Mendes most famously making 100 in the same test match, both innings against India back in Chennai 1982. Long time ago, that. Shows how long he's been around. Incredible.
But Kushal Ma.
So it'll start to this chase. Both sides. Importance of Lamachani looms large. Short ball, top edge. Kushal Bertel goes back. Never going to drop that. Yadav bounces Mirza out, who's, well, torrid time with the bat continues. Nepal have a second to put them just in front. And the Oman fans on the top deck not enjoying that. But the Nepal fans loving every second.
I think the ball struck his chest. He just massaging his chest. It was a short ball, a good bumper by Nandan Yadav into the ball.
Lift work alla.
ഏത് ഫ്ലോർ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട്. മിസ്സാവും.
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സർ പോയല്ലോ. സർ നിങ്ങൾ
ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
I must say, you can understand emotions riding high in terms of jubilance. 2 teams off to the T20 World Cup. It's going to be a 3rd ever appearance for Nepal in the T20 World Cup. And a 4th in their history for Oman. A 4th since 2016, their debut. Amir Kaleem to the crease. Oh, maybe a bit harsh, that one being given as a wide. Yadav wants another look at that.
Yadav not pleased with the decision of the wide. It was slightly inside the line, but umpire is the umpire.
Amir Kaleem in at 4. He's tended to open the batting throughout this competition or bat at number 3. So a little bit of a change in the order. Somebody's got to step up and get these runs for Oman. Who's it going to be? Singh's back in the hutch critically for Nepal. Slower ball, great skills. You have to say, Nandan Yadav has not been perfect in this tournament. But he is shown he's rated so highly by Stuart Law.
Yeah, he mixes his pace. This time around, he was off cutter that he bowled. The ball not bouncing as much as the batsman expected. Kaleem yet to open his account, whereas Aryan Best already on 2 of 2. This is turning out to be a long over from Nandan Yadav.
Point of his series. His good stuff has been very good as Lokesh Bam. Usually has the gloves on, he fields well at backward points. All hunting like tigers in a pack out there. On the board, Richie Beno would have a rise. 20.
This podcast about to identify picking up the right vision.
We are busy with jobs, we are busy with our family, we are busy with the home. We have to take care of ourselves. And if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of everybody else.
In India, youngest president of this.
Every day I would do this. In fact, I picked up my humor by self-examining myself. God, मैं हूँ ही ना और आप एक ऐसी सच्चाई पर बात करते हैं जो महिलाओं आपका स्वागत हीलिंग सीरीज इसलिए जानती हूँ कि डर कैसा लगता है.
The very next morning, had to fly out to Gulshan Jha. Hope stood up in the second innings of that final test. And just like that, straight off to the Women's World Cup. Most in-demand commentator in the world. And you can understand why. Really added to that Unity Cup, I felt. This one's driven. Beats Irie cover, so they'll get home for the single. Bisht and Kaleem, what's their approach here? Pressure's being applied. Cammy bowling 3 on the bounce in the power play.
He's been bowling well with the new ball in this tournament. The only game that he was not up to his mark was the game against Qatar. He bowled 2 overs initially, gave away 20 runs.
Someone's just tweeted me saying, at Cricket Badge, imagine you asked Sampal Kami after the game and he said it was a tribute to Haaland rather than Lord Buddha. Just shy of Mohammed Adil Alam. Presume that refers to Haaland, the Man City. Oh, I'm not a big football man, but I know, what's his name? Haaland, what's his first name? The Man City forward? Erling Haaland, is it? I'm not a big football man myself, Paresh. Do you like your football?
Yes, I do. I go through every English Premier League matches, especially Chelsea.
Oh, you like Chelsea, do you? Okay. So Erling Haaland does the Buddhist celebrating himself. Gonna run a quick single. Adil Alam won't be able to cut that off. It was very well judged. Apparently he started it at Borussia Dortmund, his Zen celebration. Sampal Kami and Lord Buddha did it better. But then again, I'm a bit biased towards the cricketers and in general over the footballers. Those footballers, they've too much money, Paresh.
Sampal Kami, he has different celebrations. Sometimes he takes off his boots.
Do you remember that one? He took the boot off and made a phone call. Loves the chainsaw as well. The chainsaw, the Brett Lee. Bowling with good pace here. Just getting it to skid on. These pitches in Oman, they've really suited Sampal Kami. That's why he's held the sway over his great pal, Karan KC, who's yet to play in this tournament.
Yeah, Karan Case, great servant of the game for Nepal. Very experienced. The eldest guy in the side has a match.
And he'll be as happy as anyone. The team have done the business. Irene has a bit of a foot race with Lokesh Bam, but Bam is always going to win it. Pick up a couple. Really good start from Sampal Kami. He's been very difficult to get away. He's got 1 for 13. Oman are 27 for 2.
ലിഫ്റ്റ് വർക്കല്ല
ഏത് ഫ്ലോറാ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട് മിസ്സാവും
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ സാർ നിങ്ങൾ
ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
Comes into the attack now. Dipendra Singh Irie with his right arm off breaks. He's been exceptional, hasn't he? His fielding and his bowling. Okay, he hasn't got the weight of runs I think he would have liked. But they've been worth their weight in gold, the dismissal he has made. And he's probably bowling the best he's ever bowled. Run out chance. Directed. It's 5 and 5. No one's ever done it before. It's the one and only Dipendra Singh Irie.
Second one of his own bowling. 5 in 5, like you said, Lenny. He's a master in these.
I think it's a world record. It has to be now. Nobody's done it before. And for me, Paresh, he is simply the best fielder in the world. 5 run-outs, 5 consecutive games, all of them direct hits. 2 off his own bowling. And look at this. He becomes the 12th fielder. Look at the speed, the pickup and the quickness of the release. Kaleem just watched and said, please no, please don't hit. But he's been led by a country mile. I'm only surprised the somersault didn't come out. It's another one. Amir Kaleem's got to go for 1. Oh, man in trouble. 27 for 3.
ലിഫ്റ്റ് വർക്കല്ല
ഏത് ഫ്ലോറാ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട് മിസ്സാവും
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ സാർ
നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
It's Dipendra Singh Irie.
What a cricketer, what a fielder he is.
Paresh, I've never seen a better fielder. We had a bit of talk about this with Ian Bishop and Carlos Brathwaite, didn't we, during the Unity Cup? But Brathwaite himself said, well, I played with the guy at the GT20. Lenny, being honest, I laughed at you when you said it 2 years ago at the qualifier. But then when I saw it up close and personal, it's the speed and the dexterity allied with, well, his natural God-given gifts. He's low to the ground. As a consequence, alongside those fast twitch fibre muscles that he has, he's able to release the ball so quickly. So he makes ludicrous ground to the ball, and then he releases it in a flash. That one, by his standards, he'll have felt as though it was easy. But it was, again, a world-class effort.
It was a very good over from Dipendra Singh Irie. A wicket and just a single in the first 5 deliveries that he's bowled. 6th over, the last over of the power play. Very important over.
Slog sweep. Goes into the leg side, just a single. Well, Nepal have grabbed a hold of this game in the power play. And again, it's because of the fielding. Bowling's gone well too. End of the 6th, 29 for 3. Let's get a look at the best of the power play.
Again, the power play belonging to Nepal taking 3 wickets. Jatin Singh was a bit single away with his injury, the hamstring niggle that he had. Couldn't run. 2 big sixes for him.
ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಲ್ಲ.
ಇದು ಫ್ಲೋರಾ
ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಿಸ್ ಆವು.
ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ. സാർ നിങ്ങൾ
ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಕ್ ನ ಭಯ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಬಿಡದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಯ್ದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ನೈಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಲ್. ಇದು ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ಸ್ಗಿಂತ ಉದ್ದ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿಂದಿನಿಂದ ಅಗಲವಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಲೀಕ್ಸ್ ನೋ ಚಾನ್ಸ್. ಇವನ್ನು ಮಲಗಬಹುದು ಮನದಿಚ್ಛೆಯಂತೆ. ವೆಸ್ಪರ್ ನೈಟ್ಸ್ ರೇಂಜ್ ಬರೀ 15 ರೂಪಾಯಿಂದ.
As he has a change of ends from where he's bowled throughout the tournament. Howell slightly fumbles, but it doesn't cost the single. Got the new style, the headband on, and after what was, we don't quite know exactly what happened last month. A strange old month, obviously for so many reasons. A tragic month for Nepal, but Lamachani, who didn't play any of the 3 games against the West Indies, bounced back with a bang. No single there to Irie. And that was maybe his best ever spell in T20 international cricket 2 days ago that has helped Nepal qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah, his best figures. That was a googly ball by Sandeep Lamichhani. Comes after the power play.
Yeah, it's a very good position for Mohammad Nadeem. He's a living legend of the game here in Oman. There's no doubt about that. Debuted at the age of 31. Had retired, of course, and gone heavily into coaching. Was regularly looking after the kids and the younger players in the indoor centre here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and very happy to be doing so. Then with the player turnover, Duleep Mendes went back to one of his main men and said, Nadeem boy, I know you're 42 at this stage, but I need you back. And he's come back and had really good success. For me, he's often unfazed with the ball. He always delivers well with the ball. Generally been in good form with the bats. 36, 21, 28 and 14 in recent times, but he doesn't do it particularly quickly in terms of his strike rate. So as a consequence, dot balls here are going to really start to escalate that scoreboard pressure, Paresh.
It is only 2 runs of this over so far. Sandeep Lamichhani mixing his pace, bowling a bit quicker, back of the length, bowling those googlies that he bowls to the right-hander. This time around, quicker one again. At the end of 7, Oman 31-3.
Look at that required run rates, how it's spiked up all of a sudden.
ಲಿಫ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕಲ್ಲ.
ಇದು ಫ್ಲೋರಾ
4th ಫ್ಲೋರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ഉണ്ട്. ಮಿಸ್ ಆವು.
ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ. സാർ നിങ്ങൾ
ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
A peak no footballer has ever scaled.
The ball, 2 right-handers at the crease, and I like this move from Rohit Patel. Probably just trying to give his young all-rounder who's under a bit of pressure, not in the runs, give him a bit of something to enjoy with the ball. He's a very clever and canny left-arm spinner. Gulshan Jha does well. Saves 2 runs in the deep, but a good arm to go alongside it. Opportunity for Mala to get into the game and impact it. Talk about legacy, Mohammad Nadeem's importance for Oman in international cricket. Every chance, particularly with the form of Sampal Kami, as Mala shows a great spirit of cricket to tie Bish's shoelace for him. Kami could become the first Shakti Gauchan. He'll be around 30. He'll be a bit of a veteran of this team, won't he? one of the most experienced ones. You'd imagine he'll be one of the first names in the squad if Nepal, all going well, get placed down in India or Sri Lanka, wherever they go. Karen KC, the same, led by Rohit Paudel. It's a pretty settled squad. There's probably question marks over, I don't know, maybe a handful, 3 or 4 of the squad in terms of really the bench players who might come in and out. But you would imagine it might be a pretty similar squad to the one we have here that would go to the World Cup. 37 for 3 after 8.
ലിഫ്റ്റ് വർക്കല്ല.
ഏത് ഫ്ലോറാ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട്. മിസ്സാവും.
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ. സാർ നിങ്ങൾ
ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ನೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಕ್ ನ ಭಯವು ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಬಿಡದು. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಆಯ್ತು.
It all depends because Bashir Ahmed also bowls left arm orthodox, bats left-handed.
Wish Vivek Yadav well in his recovery as well. They'd have to have a very good Nepal Premier League to force their way back into the mix.
Yeah, there's one guy, Kamal Singh, he's also there.
He's a good shout, absolutely. Young Rashid Khan too. Now this goes miles up. It's going to be a lot of catching, this one. It hangs in the night sky for an eternity. But Arif Sheikh, the subfielder, I think he's just come on. He's been on for a ball and he's had to take an absolute hanger that almost went to the moon and back. Lamachani's in the wickets again. It's all going Nepal's way. They're seeking revenge from that defeat 2 years ago in the final and looking very good.
Trying to slot sweep that, Sandeep Lamachani. That was a leg spinner. That is why it got the outside edge, the leading edge. Arif made it look so simple.
He had a bit of a turn to the bench and he goes, that's why I...
ലിഫ്റ്റ് വർക്കല്ല.
ഏത് ഫ്ലോറാ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട്. മിസ്സാവും.
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ. സാർ
നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
ലിഫ്റ്റ് വർക്കല്ല.
ഏത് ഫ്ലോറാ?
4th ഫ്ലോറിൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഉണ്ട്. മിസ്സാവും.
മിസ്സാവില്ല.
ഓ സാർ പോയല്ലോ. സാർ
നിങ്ങൾ ഇന്റർവ്യൂവിന് റെഡിയല്ലേ? ലൈറ്റ് ഹോർലിക്സ്, കാരണം ആവശ്യമുള്ളപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ എനർജി നഷ്ടമാകാതിരിക്കട്ടെ.
Dude, tremendous. He thinks as though I've got to get a left-hander to the crease to counteract Sandeep Lamachani.
Yeah, I think it is a defender and it's
Slip in place. Lamachani is going to concede a single, but
we don't see that kind of a misfield by Nepali players, Nepali fielders. Arif Sheikh is also a very good fielder.
the team just can't get anything going, can he? 5-12. Required run rate, it's heading only one direction. Figures and north of that.
It's very hard for these guys to face Sandeep Lamachani, a class act. With a 5.
Second in his career. Irie again. Oh, he slips and he fumbles. It might have been 6 and 5. Look at the reaction from Asif Sheikh. He thought it was a game on for another one. Let's get a look at this again. Which end was he going to go? He probably could have run out either back here.
He was again very quick to the ball. Defended his ball completely.
Great reaction. Great reaction. He's had the most sublime fielding performance throughout the tournament. Everyone's human. Everyone's fallible. A rare mistake. That one so nearly kisses the off stump. A very sharply spun and flatly bowled googly. It's a wicket and 3 runs from the over. 9 have been bowled. Nepal in complete control. Oman 40 for 4. Just see the scale of the problem there for Oman. Been so impressed with their bowling. Indeed, actually, their fielding has improved immeasurably in recent times with this new crop of players. There are problems with the bat, though, Paresh. I don't think Duleep Mendes can hide that.
Yeah, they've already qualified for the World Cup. They have to somehow find batters apart from Jatinder Singh. I don't see any batters.
They only with Powell circle right the way through the team here. Everyone could be given a trundle. Kushal Patel hasn't bowled as much as we thought he would here in this competition.
He might get a ball today. Kushal Patel, the second best strike rate in T20Is in terms of wickets.
Slight break in play. Umpires just preparing for the drinks break at the end of this over. Signals going on as such. Irie again. Oh, near direct hit. I think he might have been home this time. Again, he's created a chance out of nothing.
These batters still taking runs off Dipender Singh Oidi.
Well, it's really just panic, isn't it? It's a case of necessity. Don't want to take on this single. It goes straight away, and he's pretty quick. I wonder, would he have been home? Just wonder, side on replay, as to how close it would have been. Would have been very difficult for the umpire to give. A reminder, of course, no decisions at this level on any of the pathway events go up to the third umpire. It's a consistency across all of the events, all of the pathways for men's and women's World Cups. Would have been really close though, Paresh. Got him. Kisses the top of off. He wheels away in celebration. The promotion up the order for Nadeem Khan. It doesn't work. And maybe he would have been run out from the previous ball. I don't think he quite would have been given. But Gulshan Jha, he has an impact with the ball tonight. Good delivery, back of a length, hits the top of off. And now it's 5 down. Nepal are surely cantering home to what will be a big victory. They'll stay unbeaten unless something changes.
The ball skidded on. It was nothing. Khan just tried to flick that ball. Didn't play with a straight bat. It skids through.
Good delivery, isn't it? Very difficult to play that. Jha, he is up and about. Big celebrations for him. Nepal, they're closing in on celebrating their World Cup qualification with a significant victory against the hosts. Find out who will win this game in the next 10 overs. Don't go anywhere too far. Break here in the commentary box. Oman's in real trouble. 41 for 5. The silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the East Asia Pacific qualifier, but they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner in the power play. In Paresh, this will be fast and furious to get the chase going of 152.
Jatinder Singh's style of play is an aggressive one.
They unbeaten. They'll want the the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner in the power play. Paresh, this will be fast and furious to get the chase going of 152.
Jatinder Singh's style of play is an aggressive one. He tends to play
Very strong position. They would just need to beat the lowest ranked side in the entire competition. All of the 9 sides that entered it, Samoa, to make it qualified. That'll do nicely.
just to get the world qualified, and even Oman, both are without a loss. Today, one team will definitely lose a game.
Mix up.
Today, one team will definitely lose a game, and one will stay lossless. That means winning all the games apart from one remaining the day after.
Been surprised by how this contest has gone. We felt a very good surface. We felt that 150 might have been a little bit shy of what Nepal could and should have got, particularly after that opening partnership between Bertel and Asif Sheikh. They've dominated the second innings. Mohamed Nadeem just can't get anything going. 8 off 17. And you do just wonder, was it an inspired piece of coaching? Making sure his team didn't know that this, in essence, this was a game that didn't matter whether they won or they lost. Maybe Stuart Law just kept his boys focused. As we get to the end of the 10th, it's 43 for 5.
Bales must have been broken. That is why Bale from the women has been brought from the umpire's room. It is something Amachani to continue from Oman LNG end.
Got an awful lot to do. 109 runs required and just 10 overs to get there. The team is in. It's not really making much threat. Hasn't found a boundary yet. It's in difficult position. Nepal have been at their very best here. They've probably saved their best fielding bowling performance for this grand stage, this celebratory stage this evening. Just think of what this will mean across the country, far west, all the way out to the east, beauty of Pokhara to the Kathmandu Valley, and all in between. For Nepal, this is the most beautiful cerebral joy that the side are giving them after the most difficult of months last month. That hit the headlines for all the wrong reasons, tragedies, martyrs that were lost, the heroes now on the cricket field paying tribute to them. It's going to be an emotional journey, Paresh, isn't it, to India and to Sri Lanka. There's every chance these young men for Nepal will do something very special there.
They have done something special. First of all, winning the series against West Indies. Secondly, getting qualified for the back-to-back T20 World Cups.
So a great post this morning on social media saying that there's only 2 players in this side that aren't Gen Z, if you will, by the definition, 28 or less. That's Karen KC and Sampal Kami. Everyone else is a product of that generation that had to change back home. And obviously it happened in a way that nobody would ever want anyone to lose their life. There's been people made martyrs of. horrendous week or 10 days that nobody will ever forget. But brighter future ahead. I think this cricket team is going to be a big part of that rebuild of the country. And the story of them journeying to India is about so much more than just cricket.
It is a culture now for Nepal. The cricket game, 11 overs in all Oman, 48 for 5. They have to get going now if they want to win this match, if they want to secure the first position in the table.
You're loving every second. There is a joy and innocence and a beauty to the people of Nepal, the ones that I have met, not just in Nepal, but around the world. The diaspora, much like my home country in Ireland, it extends from the west coast of America to the east coast of Japan and New Zealand and Australia. Beautiful people and kind people. Gulshan Jha returns, and he's heaved away into the leg side, more like it. Mohammed Nadeem, well, he's been one of the greatest servants in the short cricketing history of Oman. He'll keep fighting. A bit of icy silence around Nepal's fans as Nadeem gets 6.
Pulled off the front foot, nice connection. Down to a deep backward square leg. He's played 21 balls before this and has only 11 runs. That shows how good Nepali bowling is today.
Put down, not easy at all from Asif Sheikh. And maybe actually the first error he's really made with the gloves across the entire tournament. I think Nadeem was trying to guide it down to deep third, but the extra bounce from Jha surprised him. And Asif Sheikh was unable to hang on to what was a very tough chance.
It flew off the edge of the bat. It's good that he got his gloves to it. Not, otherwise, the ball was racing towards the boundary. He saved 2 runs for his team. We say that it's a drop chance, but I say he saved the 2 runs.
Really hope for Oman as well, Paresh, that they have a more successful World Cup with this new crop of players. I think in many ways they'll have more potential. You'd imagine that bowling attack is going to cause plenty of problems, whether they're placed in Sri Lanka or India, as it's a well-judged 2 by Mohammed Nadeem. The question will be, where are they going to find the consistency with their batting to win games against higher-ranked opposition? We saw them push India ever so brilliantly in the Asia Cup, get within touching distance of the most formidable of cricketing opponents. Where's the consistent run scoring coming from outside of Jatinder Singh? I think Dilip Mendes thinks a lot of Hamid Mirza. He's found a very good keeper batter in Vinayak Shukla. But if they've got to chase 160 plus somewhere in Sri Lanka or India, can they do it?
They'll have to practice accordingly, do some match practice scenarios. Jatinder Singh, the captain, Vinayak Shukla, the innings that he played, 44, not out. That was a good innings, almost 200 his strike rate then. Hamad Mirza, Mohammad Nadeem, senior most guy in the squad.
Tickled around the corner, but quite out of the middle of the bat, so Lamachani dives to keep it 2. Single more like it though from Nadeem. He's showing some fight, will actually be given as a leg bye. Initially the scorers agreed with us.
59 for 5 in the 12th over. 8 overs remaining after this, 93 more required. Mohammad Nadeem or Vinayak Shukla, one of these batters, they have to go after the bowling now.
Eight overs remain. Oman are left with it all to do. Building something of a 6-wicket partnership. They are 60 for 5. the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner in the power play. Paresh is
14 of 11. The highest score so far for Oman. Oman, the team, 21 of 26. 11.
Yeah, nice move. This just rolling through his bowling options. Road pedal starts right on the money. Very different kind of leg spinner to Sandeep Lamachani, but it was Monty Desai who first kind of uncovered Bertel's potential as a leg spinner. Bit unorthodox, no doubt about that. By his standards, in terms of his threat and wicket-taking exploits, hasn't had the best tournament with the ball, but he's been brilliant with the bat, and that's probably more important for Nepal of his two skills.
He has 250s in the tournament so far, won 30-odd runs, 124. He's been amongst the runs. He's the leading run getter in this tournament for Nepal.
Second overall, just behind Alishan Sharaf, who has really been close to solely responsible for keeping UAE in it. A couple of heartbreaking results today for the East Asia Pacific region. Japan lost a big toss this morning, got a decent total on the board, and then a 5 wides in the final over ended up being critical, as we saw a 5th consecutive thriller go right the way to the final over. That's left Japan, well, meaning that they only have one way still in. They're going to have to beat the UAE and maybe beat them by a margin. This one thuds into the pad, angling down though. Team getting himself in trouble.
He's quicker through the air, Kushal Patel, not a normal leg spinner like what Sandeep Lamachani is. He has that googly, or that was an attempted googly, a bit quicker through the air.
I think it was the leg break, to be honest. I think it was close as well. Swept straight to the man who doesn't quite get there. Sampal Kami went for the catch. Don't know if he got his fingers underneath the ball, but it could easily have been the 6th wicket. Instead, Nadeem is alive. Second life.
Excellent effort in the deep by Sampal Kami, diving in front.
Didn't quite carry. So just one life Nadeem has had still. Dragged down from Bertel, not punished. Only 4 from the over. It's not what Oman need. Nadeem has got more than anyone in the innings, but not necessarily threatening Nepal. 13 bowled, 64 for 5. They unbeaten. They'll want the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only... Rohit Powell really bring through all of his options here. Could we, in theory, see 10 bowlers? Remember, there's no Jura tonight. Everyone else bowls.
We haven't seen Mohammad Adil Alam yet come into bowl. He took 4 wickets in the second game against West Indies.
No Rohit Powell either. Here's the other one.
Lokesh Bam bowls
Oh,
some off
Lokesh Bam.
spinners.
Well, he's not going to bowl. Good call. Sliced away. Very fine and fine enough to get to the rope. Shukla's been a bit becalmed to start his innings, but he finds a first boundary. A little bit of fortune. Jha misses the Yorker and is sliced away for 4.
Attempted Yorker by Gulshan Jha ends up toss edged away by the batsman, Vinayak Shukla. We need plenty of those Oman to get closer to the target. He just having a chat with Gulshan Jha.
Nice to see Gulshan Jha back bowling. That'll be one of the big boosts and big stories for Stuart Law from this tournament. He told me at the start of the event that he really wasn't far away. Then we saw him bowl after the conclusion of that first game, the comfortable win over Kuwait. And you think of his prowess with his batting, which is probably his more primary trait in recent times. You stick into the fact that he's the rarest of things for Nepal. He's over 6 foot tall, has a yard of pace. Ian Bishop was very favourable about Jha's bowling back in 2023 in the qualifier. Good to see him back. Barely bowled at all down in the top end T20. Didn't bowl in the Unity Cup. He's been a big part of things, particularly that spell against Japan. Helped into the leg side, goes a long way up. Can Powell go back? Yes, he can. Inches, only inches inside the rope. And he says, yes, umpire, that one's out. The captain will take the catch. Mohammed Nadeem, well, he fought as ably as he could, thanks to a very well-judged catch right on the rope, just inches inside the rope. It will be the 6th wicket to fall.
Very well judged catch by the captain, Rohit Patel. Went under the ball, stable himself, inches inside the rope. Look at him, look at his feet and the rope. Just signals soft corner from his fingers to the umpire. That's out.
Well, he can do it all. Can't see the captain of Nepal. A very well judged catch. Credit to Nadeem. He's been the top scorer, but we'll get 25 and no more. Oman, they slide further. 70 for 6. Going back to that topic about the 3 qualifying sides' chances, we don't know the 3rd qualifying side yet, but we do know the equation's simple for the UAE. Win tomorrow and that's it. Last 3 games will matter not in terms of the qualification spots. They'll matter for the rankings and the silverware. But you would imagine that of the 3 sides, if the UAE take that 3rd spot, all 3 of these sides will go to the World Cup with realistic ambitions, firstly of winning games, which Nepal failed to do last time around, which Oman failed to do last time around. Both came very close. Nepal lost the game by a run, and Oman couldn't have got any closer. They tied a game against Namibia before losing the Super over. Oh, it's another. Ramanandi is gone first ball. Gulshan Jha is on a hat-trick, and this game, it could end in a hurry.
It was again the back of the length by Gulshan Jha. Tried to pull that Ramanandi, got the inside edge and rattled the stumps. 2 wickets in 2 balls. Gulshan Jha 3 for 20 in his 3rd. Oman in trouble, 77.
If it could, this media centre might just be jumping up and down alongside those Nepal fans who are loving every second. But we've already seen 2 hat-tricks in this tournament. We saw the most recent one in the last game. Can we make it a 3rd? It was the first ever hat-trick in T20I cricket for Mohamed Farouk of the United Arab Emirates. And of course, earlier in the tournament, we saw Owais Ahmed for Qatar take his and his nation's first ever T20I hat-trick. Here's another look. Ambitious stroke from the first delivery, swinging heavily across the line, going deep in the crease, off the under edge, and it goes straight into leg stump. Are we going to see 3 hat-tricks, Paresh?
For that, Gulshan Jha has to be very accurate ball, stump to stump. You miss, I did kind of delivery.
It was the one in history for Nepal. That was the great Karen KC against Papua New Guinea back in 2022. Can Gulshan Jha add his name to that list and make it the 78th men's T20I history? Going to bring another catcher in. So we've got a slip, a backward point that's almost more of a gully. Irie can't be more than 15 yards from the bat at extra cover. The vice-captain's imploring Sampal Kami to get closer at mid-wicket. Here we go, hat-trick ball. Not to be tonight for Gulshan Jha. It's 70 for 7. They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier, but they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sampal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner.
Oh, full fancy scene and all they've put. Come with this.
They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier, but they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final, but it skewed a bit and went many a mile over long off.
It was flat batted by Vinayak Shukla, trying to hit it across the line, but hit it straight.
Back live with you now and goes to the googly down the leg side. It'll be a wide. I think the reason that that's gone over long off, I think it was the leg break from Sandeep Lamachani. Just that those revs on the ball and being a little bit late on the shot have skewed it down the ground. Not exactly where he wanted, but he's got so much power, Shukla. Flew many a mile. Seen a few big sixes tonight, none bigger than that Gulshan Jha hit. Lamachani's right on the money. His return to form after obviously not playing the Unity Cup been a big boost too for Stuart Law.
It has been not only for Stuart Law, for the team, for the national side, and for the cricketing fans back home around the world.
It might be a little bit of a case as well. As I really feel outstandingly again, even though they get home for the single, might be a case that Lamachani would love a draw in India, and maybe he feels as though there's a bit of unfinished business in terms of his IPL career there. He'd love to get back to that level. Who wouldn't? It's a good tournament. Who knows? Maybe he'll be signed by one of those 10 franchise sides again. Shukla alongside Singh being the rare high point for Oman's batting. That one missed somehow evades the off stump. Scores of 51 not out in the warm up against Kuwait, the official T20I 2-match series they played. Then 48 against Papua New Guinea, 30 not out against Qatar. That was such an important innings. Desperately needed that. He was also not out at the end against UAE. He's got to 17 tonight. Probably won't be enough to take the win, but at least someone showing some form at the bat for Oman.
Like Shukla. And it was about Jatinder Singh. He was very tender, not 100% fit, hoping the batting.
What a stop again. It's that man once more. Tapendra Singh Airi. 3 more runs saved. Be a single to close out the 15th. 79 for 7. Gulshan Jha, search for a 4th wicket. Wasn't a hat-trick a little while ago. Pitch is outside leg, a long way outside leg, so that can't be given out. Nepal's best performance of the tournament, this one, Paresh, despite the wobble with the bats in the first innings.
And they had a good start. The power play belonged to Nepal, but after that, Mohammad Nadeem coming to bowl, and then 4 wickets
Nadeem Khan.
for Nadeem Khan.
Yeah, bowled brilliantly.
That turned the game around. But at the end, Gulshan Jha, like always, back-to-back sixes, getting the momentum into the team. Good bowling, slower ball into the wicket. And even when Nepal came to poke in the second innings, good opening held by Sompal Kami and Nandan Yadav. Gulshan Jha 3 for 20 in his fourth. Sandeep Lami Chani taking a wicket also. Brilliant run out again by Dipender Singh Airi.
And the value of those runouts, the 5 direct hit runouts in those 5 matches, this is driven very elegantly by Sufyan Mahmood, who we haven't even mentioned yet, gets to the crease. Such a fine batter, isn't he? A handy asset to come all the way down at number 9. That was one of the shots of the day for me.
Yes, played it on the up. Hit it straight. The umpire had to take evasive action there.
Probably a bit low in the order for my liking, Sufyan Mahmood. He was initially listed at number 7. Sure, he's a better batter than Jitin Kumar Ramanandi, you would imagine. There's a bit of niggle, remember, because it was the send-off from Sufyan Mahmood to Gulshan Jha that caused all the controversy. And again, I just wonder if somebody had a word here with Mahmood after that boundary. Bit of spice out there, despite Nepal coasting. I think Jha would love the wicket. He desperately wants the wicket of Sufyan Mahmood.
Well, actually, I think Asif Sheikh there is trying to do something.
Well, I suppose standing up for his teammates. It was pretty clear. We don't have the benefit of the stump mics, or really we're up in a soundproof commentary box because of the noise of the fans. So we've no idea what was said, but it was clear from what the umpire's actions were that Sufyan Mahmood had possibly gone past the line. He was given a long talking to by the 2 standing umpires. So Jha wants a bit of revenge. Not going to get it in this spell as Mahmood gets a single to get the non-striker's end. You pleased with where Nepal have taken their levels to tonight, Paresh? Is this been their best performance? You suspect so?
Yeah, this has been Nepal's best performance in this tournament. Started off well with the bat. Had a bit of a niggle in the middle overs. Kushal Bhutel playing a very good knock of 60-odd runs. Gulshan Jha again back-to-back sixes. The second 6 was the biggest one.
Yeah, they were crucial. Slower ball, pumped down the ground. That's going to go for 6. Nearly comes up into our commentary box. I was about to dive for cover and guard you, Paresh, but I've got you, buddy. Don't worry. It's a big hit to round out Jaz's spell. He'll finish with 3 for 31. Oh man, 90 for 7.
The league where the GOAT plays. 18 teams, 34 games.
They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia, East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that 3rd and final.
In the leagues, no chance. ನೀವನ್ನು ಮಲಗಬಹುದು ಮನದೆಚ್ಚೆಯಂತೆ. Wisbanites range. ಬರೀ 55 ರೂಪಾಯಿಂದ.
We used to actually just look at the left of your screen there, that little canopy. We used to get roped off towards the end there and have to commentate from the end of the balcony there, whilst the rest of the balcony was PMOAs, so that's where the players have their food. Certainly an upgrade. This building came in place for the T20 World Cup. It was about 4,000 seats that surrounded the ground. There we are. Come on, Paresh. Everyone's been watching. Stand up and give them a wave. There we are, Paresh, here last night. Lovely to be with you. I don't know who's in the background. Someone's getting in the way. Don't know who that is back there. But guys, it's been great to have you. And we've loved every second. Namaste to everyone right the way around the world. I want to thank you so much. And also the cameraman, top. Is that Innocent up there? It might be Innocent up above us. Done a brilliant job. All the crew, David and Innocent, everyone. Thanks to them for bringing these pictures around the world. Nandan Yadav comes into the attack. He'll bowl his final 2 here, you'd imagine. What is it that Stuart Law would be frustrated with from this campaign? Is it the return of the cardiac kids, bringing that drama, that manic, that chaos nature to their cricket?
He shouldn't be frustrated because the team won in a close game. Qualified for the T20 World Cup next year.
I think there will be. He's quite a perfectionist, Stuart Law. He's obviously got that elite Australian winning mentality. I think that's why he's been such a good fit to take over for Monty Desai, who's obviously still much missed. Stays very much in contact with the team. We've seen him sending plenty of messages throughout this competition. For me, I don't think they've been at their best. I'll be honest. I think they've played poorly in phases. I think their batting has not had the consistency or the run accumulation that it maybe should have. Clearly got a problem in the middle order in terms of not necessarily knowing where Kushal Malla and Sundeep Jora fit in alongside Irie and Jha. Most of the consistencies come. Howdle, nearly creates a run out at the non-strikers then. Most of the consistencies come at the top, hasn't it, from Bertel and Sheikh. But I think their fielding in particular has been the best I've ever seen across a whole tournament. The bowling, most of the time, has been good enough. Although they've had 2 or 3 lulls, particularly against Qatar and against the UAE and Japan, in fact, actually. So there are improvements, significant improvements that can be made. But the fact that we're maybe critiquing them, Paresh, and they may go 6 games unbeaten, speaks volumes about the expectations there for Nepal.
Yes, that is very true, Lenny. They have been much better today. Before the other matches, talking about Japan, they were 97 for 1. The 13th over, I guess.
I think it was even the 12th, yeah. They were cruising. Should have got 160, 165, 170.
The game against Qatar.
Well, I still don't know how Nepal won that. The game was over. It was... if we had the WinViz, the prediction calculator, it would have been 98% Qatar. They needed less than a run a ball with 9 wickets in hand.
Yes.
Extraordinary, a staggering comeback. But I suppose that's a great sign, isn't it? That's a sign that the team has gears and levels it can go to. In the conditions, let's say they get placed in India, could Nepal challenge big name test nations in their group?
They might get that challenge. They have challenged South Africa in the last T20 World Cup, losing the game by 1 run. It was Gulshan Jha who was at the crease.
Suppose that particular surface in St. Vincent really played to the strength of Nepal's spinners, didn't it? Bertel was the hero with 4 wickets. Lamachani was close to unplayable, very economical. Bender Singh Irie was very good that evening too. I think the addition of Nandan Yadav, remember he wasn't in that T20 World Cup squad back in 2024, and this is meant as no disrespect to Karen KC, who's a legend. Yadav, that extra yard of pace is a real boost, a real addition, as there's smiles all around for Nepal in the field. It's 94 for 7. Not going to see the 9 bowlers that we speculated we could have. We have seen 7 though. And Howdle is being pretty ruthless. He's wheeling through his best options. Probably the surprise, just the one over for Dipender Singh Irie. He's often underused, isn't he, with his bowling?
Oh, actually, today it was not necessary to bowl him because the wickets were coming in regular intervals. Just a solitary over for Dipender Singh, and he has done his job with a run out.
Does it again and again. The impact he's had in the field. This one's picked up a long way. Oh, that's an almighty strike. As Vinayak Shukla, just giving Oman something to cheer here right at the death. The 100 comes up in the 18th over. Is it going to be too little too late? Or are we going to see another extraordinary fight back?
He is not over yet for Oman. They can still get these runs if they hit 6s like this.
You'll need plenty more of them. 52 off 17 is the equation. I would have been tempted to go with Irie from this over, just really ruthlessly close it out. The runs that have tended to come have been to pace on this evening. Maybe Powell just underusing his spinners a tiny bit. Cammy will go round the wicket now. What can Shukla do? Can he give us a late rattle here? Can he get Oman into some kind of a position? Singles aren't going to help. It's been a case throughout the evening, isn't it? Any set batter hasn't really got the support they've needed. Bertel didn't get it in the first innings, and now Shukla's failing to find a willing ally at the other end from anyone.
Yet another good knock by Shukla, 31 of 17, 32 of 18. Sufyan Mahmood, 8 of 12. This is Sompal Kami's last over. He's bowled pretty well with the new ball.
Flicked away for a single. You'd like to see Shukla just really go hell for leather with these three balls. It's 50 to win off 15. It's not impossible. To give it a rattle, you've almost got to go bang, bang, bang here this over. 3 boundaries, 6-4-6 or something like that. Just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, just to remind us that a T20 is never done.
Not done until the last ball or the last run he scored.
Tries to go downtown, doesn't get it. And it's going to be the end of Shukla. Gulshan Jha will take the catch. And now Sompal Kami's got the push-up celebration out. He's running through the routine of them. You cannot blame Vinayak Shukla. He played ever so well. Really the lone stand with the bats alongside Mohammad Nadeem for Oman. He's now got to go. And Nepal 2 good balls away from staying perfect and celebrating that World Cup occasion in real style.
Coming round the wicket, angling the ball away from the right-hander. Easy catch to Gulshan Jha. Look at him celebrate. And push-ups comes out from Sompal Kami. After a good cameo, Shukla has to depart for 30 of 19. Oman 102 for 8.
Shakil Ahmed. So the crease, he's in at number 10. Sompal Kami has a second. Love a third next to his name, and a fourth if he could. A top ball from Kami. Paresh, Oman just blown away in the second innings here. They kind of did their job in the first.
Yeah, they did it after a good opening stand by Nepal, taking 4 quick wickets in succession. And coming to bat, chasing 152. Jatinder Singh had a niggle. He was not running well. He was just jogging around. Hit 2 sixes though.
Heaved away and a diving stop attempted but not affected. It'll be a boundary to silence the Nepal fans who are reaching fever pitch. 18 bowled, 106 for 8. Greatest night for Lakesh Bam, Paresh. It's been a tricky entrance into the competition for him.
Batting at number 9, being an opening.
They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final for the entire tournament spot will go. But for now, it's all about Sompal Kami to Jatinder Singh. Jatinder Singh only plays in one manner. Code. They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th miles away, and they've been exceptional this evening. They're going to round out their qualification and celebrate it in real style.
Nepal has shown dominance cricket the way they've played. Not to the 100% mark in the earlier matches, but today they've come out, showed that they are well-deserved qualifiers for the World Cup, and even Oman. They played very good cricket throughout. Shakil Ahmed has to depart for 9 or 14. Excuse me, it's Mahmood who has to depart 9 or 14. 9 wicket down for Oman.
Yeah, you can't blame Sufyan Mahmood. He's just trying to wield the willow. For Oman, it's been a procession of batters to and from the crease again and again. Nobody has really found a way to find some kind of threat or counteract the threat of Nepal's exceptional fielding and bowling performance, and they're going to come up well short. Nepal rounding out a glorious evening in real style. There'll be emotion across the nation. Happy feelings, happy thoughts, and moments that the country will celebrate in unison, all together in unity. Wouldn't they like to bowl Oman out to finish it off, Paresh?
Shah Faisal, the last batter for Oman, coming in at number 11. Quite great. It's almost 28. I think it's all done and dusted for Oman.
Required run rate at 27.6 would indicate that, Paresh. I fully agree. Nepal have been good value for their victory. They've outplayed the hosts who've, well, had an excellent tournament. They've really impressed me in the field and with the ball, but they just have a few questions with the bat to answer. However these final few balls go, Nepal will deserve this victory. You'd imagine they'll be very confident against Samoa, and it would be just a case of job done, and off they go to India and Sri Lanka.
The credit goes to the head coach, Stuart, all the support staff, and the players. The way they've united themselves from the start, from the Unity Cup, beating West Indies 2-1 in the bilateral series.
Sandeep Lamachani just comes up into the ring, or wants to. In fact, he'll be sent back. So deep fine leg, deep backward square, deep mid wicket all still stay out. For Oman, their improvements in the field very notable. Their bowling attack looks very good. Duleep Mendes will be just looking to find a way with the batting ahead of that World Cup.
Yeah, it's all about Oman's batting, which is seems to be a problem at the moment. No consistency apart from Jatinder Singh and Vinayak Shukla, who's played a good knocks.
Shukla's had a good tournament, hasn't he? I think on the whole, on the balance for Oman, it's been a very good tournament. They've probably just been a bit outskilled this evening. Maybe it ended up being a reasonably good toss to win. And deciding to bat first, good pace on offer from Yadav. For Nepal, what will this mean to them, Paresh? The absolute world, I'd imagine.
Yeah, getting qualified for the T20 World Cup back-to-back. It's a very, very big achievement, not only for the players, for the nation, where we were going out of sorts. A very big problem it was happening the last month or so. Getting united. Sports is the only one thing that unites everyone.
Just, and it's the power of sport, the beauty of sport. A great game, crickets. Yadav finishes with a slower ball. Brilliant bowling. It's another dot. 19 bowled. 7 for 9. They unbeaten. They won the silverware in this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia East Asia Pacific qualifier. But they are both off to the big dance in February in India and Sri Lanka. They've taken the 18th and the 19th spots. Still a lot of uncertainty as to where that third and final. Going to be Ari to bowl the 20th and final, Paresh. And a very nice way for him to round out what's been a brilliant tournament. Might be in the mix for the player of the tournament, despite not necessarily leading the run scorers or the wicket takers. Just his impact has been sensational. Those 5 run-outs, basically impossible to match or equal. And he will surely be the one who'll round things out. A fever pitch has been reached around the ground. This one's clubbed away into the offside. Good diving stop. We'll keep it to a single.
Harry onto his second over. It's pulled well. Just a single run given away in the first spell.
Probably 500 or 600 in and around the ground. And Paresh, with it being your last night, I want to thank you for all of your thoughts. Great to be with you. Tyree is helped away over the offside. Won't quite get to the boundary as Bertel does the fielding. Been great to have you with me. Want to wish you a safe journey back home tomorrow. It's always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, Lyndon. Likewise.
Here is the Oman flag flying high still. Okay, Paresh, I'm going to leave the last ball for you, I think. We'll see if Depender Singh Airi can find the wicket off the penultimate. Better get down pitch side. It will be in your hands, my friend. I will see you again. Hopefully, Kathmandu. Let's see what happens. Oman, well, coming up short. Nepal, they're off to the World Cup. They'll be there with Oman. They should be top of the table, the men from the Himalayas.
Just a ball remaining now for Nepal. Register yet another victory in the Super Six
आजको म्याच पनि नेपालले जितेको छ है
toss.
ल आजको म्याच पनि नेपालले जितेको छ तपाईहरु को खुसी हुनुहुन्छ म त लास्टै ह्याप्पी छु है म त लास्टै ह्याप्पी छु है ह्याप्पीको हुनुहुन्छ भनेपछि पुरा 20 ओभरमा 113 रन ल्याउन सफल भएको छ र
Oman and Nepal.
जित्नको लागि 52 रनको टार्गेट दिएको थियो नेपालले ओमनलाई
Sri Lanka, Nepal.
त्यो पनि आज नेपालको जित भएको छ केपी ओली सारे चोरलाई यो हाम्रो देशबाट हटाएबाट यो देश पनि हाम्रो देश नेपाल हट्ने सीमा नै रहेको छैन हट्ने सीमा नै कहिले पनि रहेको छैन जो आउँछ ढालेर छोड्छ जो आउँछ ढालेर छोड्छ जस्तालाई त्यस्तै गर्न नेपालले जानेको छ ओ माई गॉड कति खुसी लागिरहेको छ मलाई त लास्ट खुसी लागिरहेको छ तपाईहरुलाई कतिको खुसी लागिरहेको छ कमेन्ट गर्नु होला है तपाईहरुलाई कतिको खुसी लागिरहेको छ कमेन्ट गर्नुस् है ओ माई गॉड मजा आइगयो अब नेपाल वर्ल्ड कप पनि फाइनल जित निकाल्न सफल हुनेछ ओ माई गॉड केपी चोर साले शेरबहादुर देउबारुको कारणले